talking about the blood of Jesus. I want to talk to you about the blood of Jesus. Can you look at somebody and say, the blood of Jesus? The blood of Jesus. My goal today is to remind you that the blood of Jesus is not a cute little slogan that we say as Christians, right? You ever hear a Christian, if they want to sound super spiritual, the blood of Jesus, I plead the blood of Jesus. They lose if they lose their phone, oh my gosh, I can't find the phone. I plead the blood of Jesus. They feel disrespected by someone. I plead the blood of Jesus. And so the blood of Jesus has become this little cute slogan that we use in order to make ourselves feel better, in order to sound a little bit more spiritual. But this morning it is my goal to remind you the blood of Jesus is not just a cute little slogan, but the blood and the power of Jesus is real. Somebody shout the blood of Jesus. Somebody shout the blood of Jesus. So before talking about the power found in the blood, I want to talk to you about the significance of the blood of Jesus Christ. If you're writing, you can write this down. Blood. In the Bible, blood has always been used for the purpose of atonement. Atonement is taking action to repair a broken relationship. Okay? It's the thing that you do to make up for your wrongdoing. Is everybody following so far? So in the context of spiritual atonement, blood has always been used in the Bible in order to take care of a relationship that was broken. And so if you read in Leviticus chapter 17, verse 14, remember we're talking about the significance of the blood. It says, the life of every creature is in its blood. Not only is blood significant because it has life in it, but blood is also significant because without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sins. In the Old Testament, God said, if you sin, you offer up the animal, and when I see the sacrifice of this animal, when I see the blood shedding from this animal, because life is in blood, I'm going to take the animal's blood for your blood. Instead of you dying, I'm going to take the calf, I'm going to take the goat, or I'm going to take whatever sacrifice that was offered to me. That was the Old Testament. That was the Old Covenant. But there was a problem with that way. Because think about it. How can the blood of an animal be enough to cover the sins of a person? You see how there's an imbalance? The blood of an animal is not powerful enough to cover the sins of a person. So God accepted it for some time, but it was never enough to satisfy the wrath of God. And so it had to be that there was another blood that had to be shed. And that's where Jesus comes into the picture. There had to be the blood of someone who is a human, who is perfect, who can offer up a sacrifice once and for all. And so this is why God called upon Jesus, and Jesus came to earth, and he died on the cross. While he died on the cross, the significance of that was his death. The fact that there was blood that was shed, and that blood, God says, finally, someone or something is able to pay for their sin.